Ever since my videos started getting a little engagement here on TikTok, people have been sending me DMs telling me to be their spiritual coach. Some even sees me as a therapist who they can confide in to talk to about their traumatic life, their pains and setbacks, and a lot of pains they have been passing through ever since they were kids, which I do try in the best of my ability to ease their burden. And at the end, I will be having a heavy heart, as if I just absorb their pain, as if they just transfer the pain to me, but I do push away the negativity through meditations and affirmation. Now, there's where I'm going with this. Over 85 to 90% of people who sends me DM complains of one thing because they do have one thing in common, which is bad parenting, bad upbringing. They all came from abusive home, and this is where the genesis of their problems come from. Some complain so bitterly to the extent that they cut their family off, and with the amount of DMs I'm getting, it has become a trend. And based on my observation, there is increase in numbers of people cutting their parents off. But there's one thing I've noticed. Has anyone else noticed that when an adult child chooses not to have relationship with their parent, society will always say, but they are your parents, you only get one parent, why are you doing that? They are your parents no matter what they did to you. But it's never what could the parents have done to cause that child to make such decisions. It's never what made a grown adult to feel like to walk away from people who raised them. And it's definitely never, but they are your children. How can you treat them that way? I actually want to ask these questions. Why is the weight placed on the child? Why is the burden of maintaining peace, pressuring connection, and forgiving endlessly dumped onto the very person who is probably carrying all the scars? No one ever stops to think, maybe that parent isn't a safe person. Maybe the parent is emotionally manipulative, dismissive, narcissistic, abusive, or just constantly absent when it mattered the most. For me, for real, maybe parent is just a title and not something to live up to. And yet, the child is the one who is questioned. The child is the one who is guilty shamed. The truth is that people don't cut off their parents typically for no reason. It's not impulsive and it's not being heartless. It's usually the last resort after years of trying, years of hoping that things will change, years of therapy and tears, inner conflicts. It's often deep, painful act of self-preservation, and yet the society keep on asking the wrong question. Instead of why did you cut your parents off, maybe it's high time to start asking questions like what made staying impossible? This is actually questions that should be asked by our society, because a lot of kids that has grown to adult today are actually suffering from family emotional abuse, and it's affecting them very bad. It has a negative effect on them. I get DMs from Ghana, Sierra Leone, Mali, Cameroon, Togo, SA, even Nigeria here, and other majority are Africans who lives abroad. But the ones who has most complain are my Nigerian brothers and sisters. See, things that some African parents do that are not actually okay is that they don't give their kids sense of freedom. They dictate every aspect of your life, leaving you with no room to breathe, express yourself, or make independent decisions. They dismiss your thoughts and concerns, demanding obedience without offering reason or space of questioning. They totally shut down communication, and this actually affects the child to the extent that they become afraid to even communicate with their parents where something is affecting them emotionally and physical. Like when a child is being abused or molested by someone, then fear to communicate to the parents or confide in them during those difficult times becomes a very big problem. That is why many kids grow up with trauma that still haunts them to today. I have been in relationships, so I know the story. They push the kids in some certain courses or careers that them the parents made themselves, then blame the kids when they end up miserable or dissatisfied with the life decisions they imposed on them. They refuse to apologize and constantly invalidate our feelings, labeling us as dramatic or disrespect whenever we try to express ourselves, which is actually lack of accountability for their own actions. They guilty trip the kids with the phrase like, after all I've done for you, carried you for 9 months, as if the kids owe them their happiness, as if the kids asked to be born in the first place. If you know that you can't take good care of a child, why do you bring them into this world in the first place? See, some parents expect gratitude for simply doing their duty. I put a roof over your head, you should be thankful, as if love and care are favors instead of responsibilities. They measure their kids with others, asking, why can't you be like them? Instead of valuing their kids for who they are. The constant comparison, that is what brought up this societal pressure and low self-esteem, because people are now caring for what society will say. That's why people are now chasing validation. At the end, they just brush us off with words like, you are just lazy to compete with your mates, making us to feel unheard and unseen, dismissing our struggles. Just look at the street and see what young girls and boys are doing, chasing validations. So if your parents are about to be or you are expecting, this video is specially made for you. Train up your kids, your children, in a way of love, care and compassion. The words you say in your mouth affect them so much, but you do not know. It is even written in the book of Proverbs 18:21. You can command death and you can command life. You can command destruction and you can command anything you want. You can create anything with your mouth. It is better you keep on saying good things about your kids so that when they grow, they won't be a traumatic human being. Your words are killing your kids, but you do not know. It might not be affecting them now. It might even be affecting them, but they won't say anything. But when they grow up, it will be a trauma to them and it will be giving them setbacks. Say good things to your kids. Stop saying bad things to them. It really affects them emotionally, mentally, even spiritual.